to the Outside the Ropes TLC pre-show. I'm your host of Outside the Ropes, as always, Matthew Moore. Welcome back to Outside the Ropes on this special night. We're here on a Sunday evening for tonight's WWE TLC pay-per-view pre-show. Now, if you're listening to this podcast on YouTube or Facebook, we are absolutely no way, shape or form associated with WWE. This is an Outside the Ropes prediction pre-show for tonight's WWE TLC pay-per-view. Now, if you're listening to us after the pay-per-view, you can listen to our predictions if you want and then watch the pay-per-view. But if you listen to us after the pay-per-view, this is a show solely dedicated to have a look at tonight's pay-per-view before it actually happens. So welcome to tonight's pay-per-view pre-show, guys. I'm your host, as always, Matthew Moore. Hope you're all doing really, really well out there. Thank you very much for tuning in to the podcast on our usual slot last Wednesday. Great response, as always, from our usual sources on iTunes and Facebook. We weren't on YouTube last week. We had a few issues trying to get our podcast up onto YouTube. But we will be back to normal services starting tonight and obviously this coming Wednesday. Now, before we get into predictions and read out some of your predictions, guys, and give our predictions for tonight's pay-per-view as well, I just want to give a shout out to some of our friends and partners of this podcast. First of all, I want to give a shout out to our friends and partners who help keep the lights on and keep this show going, Wrestling's Past. For all your historians of professional wrestling, don't forget to check out Wrestling's Past, guys. If you're into all your history of wrestling, like myself and some of the other people who listen to this podcast, Wrestling's Past is the location. Go to their website, wrestlingspast.blogspot.co.uk, and on Twitter at Wrestlingspast for all your history of professional wrestling. Guys, tonight is the pay-per-view TLC coming to you tonight from Boston. Are we going to see the return of John Cena tonight? I don't think we are, because Cena is not scheduled to appear on the pay-per-view tonight. But we have got some interesting matches on the card, which we hope the pay-per-view delivers after recent weeks of Raw ratings plummeting in the last 2 weeks. So we're hoping that WWE deliver a good pay-per-view tonight. You can catch the pay-per-view itself by a pay-per-view. You can pay on your local cable or satellite provider, or you can watch it, as I'm going to be doing, on the WWE network. But we've got some predictions sent in to us today from you guys, given obviously your predictions for tonight's show. But we're going to go through the card and give you our predictions first of all on what we think is going to happen here tonight at TLC. Now, I was supposed to bring Tony onto the podcast tonight, but again, he's been called away to work. In future reference, I don't think I'm going to actually say that he's going to be on the show, because I keep telling you guys that he could be on a possible show when he doesn't turn up because of his heavy work schedule. So if he does turn up, it'll be a bit of a surprise for you guys. So I do apologise once again that Tony is not available tonight for the prediction show for TLC. Let's get straight into it, guys. Tonight's opening match, which is on the pre-show, which in my opinion is a disgrace, but this is the match that's on the pre-show. We have Becky Lynch against Sasha Banks. Now, why these two girls are on the pre-show, I will never ever know, because these are top talent in my eyes. A lot of people who are associated with this show, and also a lot of you guys out there as well, think very highly of these girls. But why they're on the pre-show, I will never know. But it's Becky Lynch against Sasha Banks tonight at the pay-per-view. Me personally, I'm going to be going for Sasha Banks on this, because for what I've been reading in recent times, apparently Vince McMahon doesn't think very highly of her. So if I was Sasha Banks personally, I would have a lot to prove to get the trust of Vince McMahon, the man who runs the place, of course. Triple H thinks very highly of her, but apparently Vince doesn't. So Sasha should have a goal now to try and prove to the powers that be on the main roster that she is worth pushing towards the Divas title, and obviously a big push in the company itself, because she is a great talent, as we all know, with her matches in NXT and even before she got to WWE as well. I know obviously I should be pulling for Becky Lynch tonight because she's from Ireland, but I'm going to be going for Sasha Banks on that one, because I think Sasha is going to come out on top on that one tonight. We do have an Intercontinental title match tonight. We have Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose for the IC title. I have a sneaky suspicion that Dean Ambrose might steal this one tonight, because the rumours going around rapidly at the moment across the internet wrestling community is that Kevin Owens is going to be going into a program very soon with Brock Lesnar. Now, whether this is true or not, we don't know as of yet, but WWE are talking about maybe putting the title on Dean Ambrose Whether they're going to drag this match maybe into the Royal Rumble where Owens eventually drops the title, I don't know. But coming out of this storyline, I think Dean Ambrose may become, at some point, may not even be tonight, it could be, the Intercontinental Champion. So tonight, guys, I would like to see Kevin Owens win, but a part of me is telling me that Dean Ambrose might even just steal it tonight. So I've got some of your predictions about that match as well, which I'm going to go through very, very shortly. We also have a triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental the tag team titles. We have these people who drive me absolutely bonkers every week. The New Day defending their titles against the Usos and also the Lucha Dragons in a triple threat ladder match. Now, I expect a lot of big bumps in this match tonight, guys. A lot of oohs and ahs going on involved in this match because they're going to have to raise their game, as the tag team division has been quite quiet recently, especially with the ratings being down at the moment. But I expect, especially when you see the likes of Kofi Kingston in his previous history in ladder matches, and also you're going to have the high flyers in there as well with the likes of the Usos and the Lucha Dragons. So expect a lot of oohs and ahs in this match. But unfortunately, guys, I'm going to say it here now. I think that the New Day may retain tonight, and they're going to retain on because they are getting over with the crowd in the eyes of Vince McMahon, even though they are an absolute pain in the ass. But I think the New Day is going to retain the tag team titles tonight. United States titles also on the line at TLC, where we have Alberto Del Rio defending his title against Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger starting to appear back on television again, which is great because in my eyes Jack Swagger is another great talent not being used properly at the moment by the WWE. But it's going to be, I think it's going to be a title retain tonight, and you may even see the reunion of Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. As you all know, ever since Alberto Del Rio joined the League of Nations, he is now dumped to one side Zeb Coulter. So we may even see a reunion tonight of Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. We the people. But I think Del Rio is going to be retaining his title tonight on that one. The big match a lot of people are talking about, especially on Twitter. We've been getting a lot of messages about that today as well, on email too as well. The Dudley Boys match with Tommy Dreamer and Rhino versus the Wyatts. It's pretty much new generation versus the older generation. It's WWE versus the old ECW. Who is going to be winning this match tonight? It is going to be an absolute brawl, as it is an 8-man elimination tables match. Who am I going to pull for? A lot of people are pulling for the Dudley Boys in this one, but guys, I think the young blood in the Wyatt family is going to come out on top on that one tonight. A lot of people have been sort of tweeting us and emailing us today. I was responding to some of your emails myself personally, and a lot of you guys weren't happy with my prediction on this one, but I think the young blood in the Wyatts are going to win this one tonight, and it's good to see obviously the older guys back on television for a while. They're bringing back some older stars to try and improve the ratings, but I think the Wyatt family is going to win that one tonight, guys. We also have the Divas Championship match, which has no stipulation to it whatsoever. But we do have Charlotte defending her title against Paige, with Ric Flair in Charlotte's corner. I don't think Paige is going to win the title just yet. They've just put the title on Charlotte. Charlotte is starting to get over with the fans, and obviously with her dad being in her corner and stuff like that. I don't think that Charlotte's going to drop the title just yet. So again, I should be rooting for the girl from the UK, but I think Charlotte is going to retain the Divas title tonight at TLC. We also have a bit of a grudge match tonight between Ryback and Rusev. I think Rusev's going to come out on top on that one. He needs a good run, especially after coming back from injury. And then, of course, the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight title, we've got Sheamus defending his title against Roman Reigns in a tables, ladders and chairs match. Now, I've been asked that quite a lot on Twitter today by fans, who do I think is going to win this one. Guys, to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to take the title off Sheamus just yet. And I'm not being biased because I'm from Ireland. I think in some capacity, maybe Roman Reigns is going to be screwed out of the title tonight again. Maybe the authority's going to get involved or something's going to happen. But I don't think Sheamus is going to drop the title just yet. I know he's only had it since last month, but this whole Sheamus 515 or 515, whatever you want to call it, is starting to get over a little bit, and I think Roman Reigns, they're trying to save Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. I said this for over nearly a year now, but I think Roman Reigns is not going to win the title tonight. I know a lot of you guys are going to be pissed off at me saying that, but I don't think Roman Reigns is going to win the World Heavyweight title tonight. That's just my prediction, guys. I'm just calling it as I see it. But anyway, let's get some of your predictions, guys, because obviously I have been reading them today. A lot of emails been sent in to us, which you can always email this show outsidetheropes@yahoo.com. We've had a lot of a few tweets in today, not as many as always, but we've had quite a few in today, which obviously we're grateful for, because we do like to hear from you guys, as we are, the show is for you. I got one interesting one here. Let's have a look here. Yes, from Ryan. Is it? Apologies if I don't pronounce your name properly. It's Ryan. Is it Treefison? I do apologise, Ryan. He has sent us in quite a list on Twitter of who he would like to see. Let's have a look here and see. His predictions are for the main event, Roman Reigns. The tag team title match will be Lucha Dragons, Charlotte to retain hers, Del Rio to retain, Ambrose to win the Intercontinental title, Rusev to beat Ryback, and the Wyatts to defeat the ECW Originals. Okay, Ryan, thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. Let's get into your emails now. One of our regular listeners, let's have a look here and see. Yes, we got one here from Susan. No, actually we haven't had one from Susan before because I don't recognise the email. Is going for Roman Reigns tonight to win the title and to screw the Authority and to piss Triple H off even more. Okay. They have to change. This also says added here by saying that they have to change the title and give it to Roman Reigns to try and boost the ratings. Okay. She's also wanting Dean Ambrose to win the Intercontinental title tonight, and she also wants the Usos to become the tag team titles and shut the New Day up once and for all. Well, I would love to see the New Day get a ladder shoved up their keister, but sure. What am I to know? We'll get one in here from Kathy with a C. Kathy is from Louisiana. Interesting. Thank you very much, Kathy, for your email all the way from Louisiana. Hope you enjoyed tonight's pay-per-view. She is pulling for Sheamus tonight. She also wants to see Kevin Owens retain the Intercontinental title. She said she's a big New Day fan. Really? New Day fan? Please don't tell me you've bought one of them unicorn horn things, have you? Anyway, she wants and she also wants the ECW Originals to put the Wyatt family through tables. Especially, it says in brackets here in the email, especially Strowman through the big table from the top rope. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your email, Kathy. I do appreciate that. You obviously, guys, you know how to get in touch with us here regarding the emails. Keep them coming because we do appreciate them. I've one here from Stephen, all the way from Bray in Ireland. Ooh, Finn Balor territory. Thank you very much for your email. He is pulling for Sheamus, local Irish hero, as he says here in his email. He thinks Roman Reigns will win the title either at the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Okay. He's also pulling for Dean Ambrose. He thinks Ambrose is going to win the IC title tonight because he said, also in his email here, that because of the feud with Brock Lesnar coming up. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday's podcast, guys. We've also got some big news regarding Rey Mysterio. I know you've all probably heard about it, but we're going to talk about it on Wednesday's podcast. And finally, he goes on here to say we may even see a big surprise return tonight for John Cena. Now, it is in Boston tonight, but Cena isn't scheduled to appear. So, whether he does just make a pop-in appearance for the pay-per-view, I don't know. But he isn't scheduled to appear tonight, but there you are. But that's some of your predictions, guys. I do thank you for all the emails you have sent. There's quite a few here, but unfortunately I don't get the time to read them out, but I will respond to them. I will go on to my iPad, sign into the email account for Outside the Ropes, and I'll reply to you before the end of the night. So it'll be a personal email from myself to you. I do apologise because obviously we're strapped for time tonight for this prediction show, but thank you very much for all your emails and tweets. We will be talking to you live throughout the pay-per-view, starting with the kickoff show. You can send us a tweet by using the Twitter account at Outside the Rope. Don't forget to give us a wee follow. We will follow you back. Also, you can like us on Facebook. Just search Outside the Ropes Wrestling Talk Show. We do appreciate all our new likes on there too as well. And thank you very much for listening to us and spreading the word and all the shares and stuff like that on Facebook. And also, again, the email account, outsidetheropes@yahoo.com. Big shout out tonight, guys, as well. I know the show's probably over by now, but by the time you listen to this, but our friends at Pro Wrestling Ulster had a big show tonight with Al Snow. I hope that show was a huge success for PW tonight. For upcoming shows for Pro Wrestling Ulster here in Northern Ireland, you can go to prowrestlingulster.co.uk. And also a big shout out to our friends who come up, shows come up as well at wrestling.ie. And I also want to give shout outs to our good friends at CCW, that's Celtic Championship Wrestling, who appeared on Irish TV there recently, where they crowned their first ever tag team champions. Big shout out to Vice, who actually wrestles for them, who wrestled for me when I was doing promoting days. He actually was one of the boys who actually was part of the tag team that won the tag team titles for CCW. So a big shout out to Celtic Championship Wrestling as well, guys. I would give a shout out to more people, but obviously we're running low on time here. So I'm going to hit the road tonight, guys. Thank you once again for getting in touch. I know this is a short and sweet podcast. I sound a bit groggy tonight because I'm starting to get a bit of a cold, but hopefully I'll be able to shake it off for Wednesday. But thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for all your subscriptions on iTunes, etc. The usual thank yous go out as always. And don't forget to check out our friends and partners, Wrestling's Past, as well. So enjoy tonight's WWE TLC. We'll look forward to hearing from you throughout the pay-per-view tonight, where we'll be tweeting pictures and videos and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, enjoy the pay-per-view tonight. I'll be back on Wednesday, normal time, same place, same time, as always, with more discussion and all the news and scoops. We'll be talking about the news that's broke since we last spoke to you regarding Rey Mysterio, more news regarding Sting, and we've got some Seth Rollins injury update as well. All that and much, much more on Wednesday's podcast. So until Wednesday, I am Matthew Moore, your host. We will see you all back here on Wednesday for more discussion on Outside the Ropes.